What's going on, everyone? And it looks like the community was heard, and it seems like some fishy people were doing fishy things because out of nowhere, everyone might have had this announcement in their notice board, and I thought it was really good to kind of put this into perspective because all of those players, all of those people, all of those haters saying you can't do this, you're making up this, and all that. Well, if it was all false and you couldn't do it, why are even the devs addressing even the exact same terms? Because nowadays, technology has advanced and you're able to do stuff. So I actually really like this post because this post actually outlines a lot of stuff, and we're going to go through each of it and showcase how much is technically up for grabs here, because there is a load of players potentially, as we know, that could be hit with any of these bans potentially. So let's dive in, because there's a safe gaming fair play policy, and here it says to ensure the health of Call of Dragons gaming environment, the offer Lords a great gaming experience, we'd like to remind everyone that the following rules apply at all times during the game. And this is what I was talking about when it comes to this game. This isn't a normal game, kind of like Call of Duty, should we say, or Battlefield, where you're buying it for like $60 and that's the game, and then you're buying DLC. This is a game where it's free to play, you are investing in, and the thing is, there is some gambling aspects of the game. So they do need to, withhold their end of the bargain and create a fair gaming experience, a fair gaming environment. And even when it comes to like the roulette style events, they need to make those fair, and it's all within the EU game in terms of laws of service. And it's really good that they've kind of addressed this pretty swiftly, I would say, from the video that we've put out, because this wouldn't, I believe, be a put up at all. So big W to the devs that clearly are watching the content and taking notes from the from the community and myself, right? So here we're going to go through each point because this is really cool. So point one, the use of plugins, synchronizers, and other third-party software that affect the fairness of the game is strictly forbidden. Upon discovery, severe measures will be taken, including but not limited to suspension, permanent account bans, depending on the severity and number of violations. So what this is clearly saying is there is some sort of synchronization happening through third-party software plugins. They are clearly addressing this, and how they're able to do this, I don't know. Maybe they can try, like I said, stop maybe the use of, Call of Dragons on BlueStacks, rip it off the actual emulator, because obviously I think the emulator sites need to ask for permission. So it would be really good if they take it off just to showcase, look, if you want to play Call of Dragons on a PC, you need to use our PC client that will detect if you're cheating properly and not a third-party software using plugins. So I love this, kind of really good little point. Now, this is where a lot of things are going to start going up for grabs, because it says number 2, any form of sale, purchase, or transfer of accounts is strictly forbidden. Full stop, bro. So what this is already coming into is, if you're going to sell your account, buy an account. If you're technically piloting accounts because you're transferring an account from player to player to keep that uptime, this is strictly forbidden, guys. And this is what I kind of kept trying to tell you through the last terms of service, but many of you kind of argued and said, no, this isn't true, this is bullshit. It isn't, guys. This is actually within the terms of service. So when they go into this, we urge laws to protect their personal account information against violations such as a transfer and purchase of accounts. Severe restrictions and sanctions will be taken, including but not limiting to warnings, character login restrictions, removal of inappropriate obtained earnings, the permanent account bans, and will not be responsible for any private and information leaked and damages as a result of the Lord's personal actions. This is, again, so true. And this is why they tell you not to share your account, not to do any of this shady stuff, because at the end of the day, you give someone your account, I could, in theory, look at your account and see what's in there and see what data I could steal, and it's just a massive security risk that obviously the company does not want to be a part of, and they shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, you should be responsible for your data online. So I do like that. On top of this, they do talk about some other points in here, and what I believe they're talking about as well is the fact that obviously they're saying including warnings, character login restrictions, and the removal of inappropriate obtained earnings. So what I think this actual point means, for example, is if someone in a Discord is saying, look, if you give me your account details, I will log you in from like the Asian servers, buy your stuff you want, which is going to be cheaper, but I take maybe like $5 cut or something, right? Just because I'm doing the service. Now, if you're going to do any of those type of services and try and get cheaper product, then you're going to get banned again. However, this does bring up the big question. Why are things cheaper in different regions? This is actually a really kind of question mark. If you go to certain bundles and you do just a straight up comparison, when you do, you know, the conversion of currency, you are paying more if you're in the United States or even in the Europe, which is normally the most expensive, compared to anywhere else in the world, which is kind of crazy. If you are going to set a price, I do believe everyone should have the same price. And that would, again, stop any of these people from having that market to basically say to you, look, give me your account and I will buy things for a cheaper price. You eliminate that by making everything the same price. So that is like point 2, really good point, and I hope you guys have enjoyed my point on it too, and how they could even further just solve this problem straight out, because that is the major issue, what's underlying all of the problems. So now they're saying purchases made via non-official channels and third parties are strictly forbidden. So this is kind of icing on the cake. If you can go through any sort of websites or anything that are going to try and give you a purchase advantage, if it's resource selling, if it's just, again, buying bundles cheaper, this is strictly forbidden. And when we go in further detail, it says as purchases made through third parties may easily lead to leaking personal information, credit card theft, and failed purchases, account theft, and other dangers. Please refrain from using third-party platforms and the safeguard of your account and password. If it's discovered that the player has made purchases via any third party, severe measures will be taken, and including but not limited to removal of inappropriately obtained earnings, account freezing, and permanent account bans. So again, if you go through this process, guys, you are always at risk at banning yourself. And this is what I keep trying to tell you guys. Just play your account. Do what you're going to do in your account. If you can't play, guys, tough shit. You can't play. We're all human at the end of the day. We all need to sleep. And that's just kind of the crux of the game. But that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it exciting. Every single day in this season when I've gone to sleep, woken up and see GG pushing so far compared to where we were, it's a shock. And that's kind of what you want to wake up and see. You don't want to see the same thing every single day. So I really like this post. This is a safe and fair game play policy, guys. So we've gone through all of it, and I thought this was a really good video to kind of put out there. So if you're any of those members that we've been shouting out on this video, and you try to do some shady shit again and try and pull me into chat groups, because I'm going to call you out in this video because you were doing some weird shit, guess what? I will go full guns blazing with all the extra evidence I've been given and more information to put you guys in the literal ground. So stop behaving the way you are. It's actually just horrible the way you go in behind things. So with everything said, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. This has been the safe, fair play policy. If you're going to be using synchronizers, plugins, buying resources, buying accounts, getting cheaper bundles, you name it, you're breaking TOS, guess what? You're going to get fucking hit. And guess what? If you find players, and I'm going to say this, if you find players piloting and all of this jazz, and you can get actual concrete evidence on this, let's start exposing them, guys. Let's get this community cleaned up and see if the devs are going to stick to their word. Are they going to actually do some severe punishments? What's going to happen? We will find out. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next one, stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky. Peace out.